Who? Hmm? Who? Good morning. I'm in my warehouse. I'm working this morning. Just got off a couple of calls. I almost made it gray. I don't know why this made me happy. So I'm doing this unknown ancestor kit, right? And gray and silver is what we honor our elders with, right? And so literally my goal was to create a silver grayish oil because the aesthetics of what I'm trying to do. And I think I have done it successfully. I don't know if y'all can see it. But I wanted it to match it. I wanted it to match the aesthetics of what I was trying to do. So I've been in here playing until I did it, until I created this gray oil to go for my unknown ancestors. Because green, silver. So I think I did it. I'm doing okay. I think I did it. You miss me when you was in Dallas? Okay. Well, you can always come back. Peace and blessings to you too. I am fucking excited that I wanted the oil had to be gray. Because that's the color that I wanted to go for ancestors. And I did it. I had just left the store. Oh. Mm-hmm. For those who be saying that I don't make my own shit, I absolutely do. I don't trust nobody else to make it. That's for damn sure. Thank you. My advice on opulence is helping you good. Don't just take anything, shit. Don't settle just for anything. I'm a firm believer in that. Fuck that. You've settled enough. You've settled enough. You've settled enough. You've settled enough. Don't y'all think y'all settled enough? I can't stress that enough, how settling is so, ugh. I cannot. I can't for the life of me. I can't. I think about oftentimes of just quitting and not doing this no more because it gets tiresome after a while. But then I attentively think that, I still serve a purpose and I'll do it until I no longer serve a purpose for this, for y'all. Because I got my shit together and together and together. Magically and mundanely. What can I do? No, not tired of magic. Just having a business, doing it, just not doing it no more. Maybe just writing my books, finish my studies. Maybe travel and do lectures. I don't know. I'll never be tired of magic. Magic ain't the problem. It's dealing with the public and their fucking expectations. That shit gets fucking exhausting at times. Ugh. Yeesh. And then, I don't compete with nobody, so I don't be having a fucking energy, man. Duchess, I know you saw the girl on TikTok who poured out the baby's ashes. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, darling. I don't know what you're talking about. Who did what now? She stole her man's sister's dead baby ashes and recorded herself pouring them out the window. Oh, so she's just crazy. What?
I'm trying to see what this is. Tamika's doing this. I got it. She's not finished with it.
What's in this bag? Oh, okay. Hello. Hello from Scotland. I don't know. Why did she do that? Why did she do that? Why do people do anything? Because they be out their fucking mind sometimes. That's what's so scary about being on a spiritual path too. Because you got to be careful that you're not alluding to your illusions of grandeur. But why did she do that? I haven't followed it. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of stuff only because how relevant it is to me. Are you from the South? I am.
Where do you get that from?
That was on the shelf. It's on the shelf somewhere. And I'm telling where they didn't put it. Every time I go to Texas, I learn something. I have a good time. Well, I'm glad. Hello from Detroit, Michigan. Yes, I am from the South. I am a Southern belle. Hell, most of y'all kin folks is from the South, too. They just migrated up north. What I think I did was successful in making that oil. I wanted to make a gray ancestral oil. And I think I succeeded. Which I think. I think I did. I succeeded. Um, and then what else?
You see it?
Yeah. Where was it at?
No, shut
Oh, okay.
You listed for something totally different. Where you get it from?
I'm not sure where I'm sure I got it from this store in Spain. I don't think it was Baby Daddy Drama. I only saw it because Voodoo Bat dressed it. I can't believe. I don't. Who is Voodoo Bat? My mom's side is Southern. It's like when you're Jewish and they ask if your mother is Jew. Yeah. Oh, so this is what I wanted to talk about today. Um, and maybe since it's Father's Day coming up and stuff like that, what exactly do y'all have planned for Father's Day? I guess I'll lead off with that. I need to do labels for that, and I didn't. I'm mad that these table counters are not the grayish that I wanted. But you said nothing? Not one thing? You're going to do an ancestor generation for Father's Day? Okay. What about the rest of y'all? I'm asking. Your dad passed in 2020. So a little altar, razzle dazzle, nothing else. Okay. Anybody else? Hmm? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hello. Some of my spirit guides are Gemini, so I gotta do it this year. All right, so let me say this. Father's Day. What?
Oh, Michelle.
Oh, is it? So how much are they listed on the site? Okay. So, okay. Honoring my dad on my ancestors' altar and making my husband a nice dinner. Well, that's nice. Just sending wishes via text message. Nothing. My father is a stranger to me. I have only seen him once in my life at 21. When I tried to find him, his family told me to stop looking. So we talk about like mother wound, but how many of y'all deal with the men and the father, the pain that the father creates? Um, I need to make some labels for that, and I'm talking to myself too. And okay, make some labels. I'm talking to myself, y'all. So I'm gonna do this real quick. And yeah, I got my leg up. All right, so listen. I am dealing with it. Father's Day isn't that popular in the pop culture. Maybe that's why people don't acknowledge it that much. Whereas we celebrate mother, right, right, right. Well, I feel called out. I have both wounds. I do. My father was absent my entire life. Like we really don't talk about that. Like the father wound. We talk about the mother wound. Woo, because I literally just did a workshop on a mother wound. And y'all can go online and you can order that if you go to my website, magicalduchess.com, and y'all go to classes. It's actually a class under classes, and it's a workshop. It was for 2 days. It was Saturday and Sunday. The second day was more sound, where we did sound bowls and stuff like that for cutting and clearing. um how do I say this? my father my father was a great father. I don't know if he was the best husband, but he certainly was a great father. And I think a lot of times we equate both of them together. We don't separate the two. So we don't separate him being, thank you, Scholar, him being a good father and a good husband or a good boyfriend or a good, we don't separate that. And for me, my dad was very present in my life. My father was he was a big advocate for me, and um he was very present. I don't know if that's a word that how you doing, MC? uh if that's the word. He was present, he was consistent, he was there. And so for me, when I lost my father, it was very hard for me to function because I had a father that was present. My father was present every day of my life. And for everything that happened in my life, my daddy was my savior. And I didn't realize up until this point, and I'm 45, that I was really blessed to have that, because I didn't realize that even after I was doing the mother wound, that the father wound is even worse. And what's so worse about it is because it's not even fucking acknowledged. Because we don't even fucking acknowledge the father. Isn't that terrible? That whether he's there, not there, his presence being there or being absent, it really doesn't even fucking matter. And somebody must be calling. And I didn't realize how really I was blessed, because I actually had a father that was extremely present in my life. And so I always look at men in a very different way. I realized than a lot of women who did not have a father in their life like I had. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot, even how I view men very different because I had a father that was very present. And I want you guys to communicate it because I want to talk through this, okay? And I want to talk through it with you. My dad was present too, literally until the day he died. With everything, and I understand about death, it was a major punch, yes. And unfortunately, especially in the black community, that's rare. Um, Ella Sage said I had to figure out how to navigate life without my dad because he was there for me in life. Yes. So my dad died in 2014. And for the first time in my life in 2015, I did not know how to, I didn't know how to live. And I literally had to reinvent myself without my father. When my dad passed away, I cried for 5 to 7 days. Like, I cried for damn near a week. And I could not fucking stop. I could not stop crying. The first 2 or 3 days, it was just like it was unreal. Because I knew that my life would never be the same because my protector was gone. And if you have never had a father's love and a father's protection, you can't even begin to fathom the loss that it is. Um, what you say, December? I just recently found my father, and it's overwhelming. It is. Top of the day. Thank you, boss lady. Um, I never thought that I would be without him, to be honest with you. I never even perceived that. Because my mother that raised me, she passed first. She passed 10 years before. She passed in 2004. And so for another 10 years, I just had my dad, and it was just me and him. And um, my conception of what a man is, or what he was based off of, was off my father. My father, I never looked at him being a good or a bad man, because I just seen him as my father. And as my father, he did not let me down. As my father, he did everything that he was supposed to be, and then some. Um, so when my dad left here, I didn't know how to cope. I didn't know how to be honest with you. It was such a tremendous loss. And the fact that I could talk about it right now and I'm not balled up in a fetal position is a lot. And it made me realize that I'm one of the minority of women who has, especially in the black community, in the black and the brown community, where my father was there. And I learned how to love a man. I love by watching my mom love my father, and him vice versa. Um, I learned how to be independent, but not so independent where I take myself out of my feminine energy, and I'm at this masculine energy where I have to do all this and do all that, and I don't know how to let a man be a man to me. I was very grateful. My lips dry. Hold on, y'all. Um, I was very grateful that. Oh my God, see. Oh, I got some. I was very grateful to have who is this? Galatians, get your motherfucking ass on. Talking about somebody being homosexual. You probably, if you a woman, you probably want to eat some pussy. And if you a nigga, you probably want to suck a dick. Like, don't come on my shit with that bullshit. It's too early for that. So anyway, most homophobes really be wanting it. So anyway, my father was very relevant in my life. And so I didn't look at, do you see some of your father and Damon with you? Absolutely. And I also see it in my ex-husband too. I actually see my dad and my ex-husband and in Damon. Um, and I realized that I only want older men because my father was older. And I realized I'm only attracted to older men. Like, I'm not attracted to men my age. To be honest, if a man is 40 something years old, I just don't think that he's ready for me. And my daddy always told me that he would rather for me to be an old man's darling than to be a young man's fool. Now, for those of you who don't understand what that means, let me explain. If he is an older man, and I can't speak for all older men. I can't speak for all older men. But I will say that for me, in my experience, and what I'm tentatively attracted to, I'm tentatively attracted to men that they are softer to women, and they're very fatherly. Uh, they're very fatherly to women, and they're very consoling, and they're very, because even though I come off as, oh, I'm this boss bitch and I'm this or whatever, I'm still feminine, and I want to be treated like that. I don't want to be treated as this hard, strong, independent black woman. And I don't have no motherfucking, and I know this sound fucked up, but I don't have no motherfucking goal. That's not the goal. I don't want to be seen as this strong, independent black woman. I know that sound fucked up. Yes, yes, boss lady. My daddy said that a lot of times we strengthen ourselves out of positions. What does that mean? I'm gonna tell you what my dad, and this is specifically about the things that my daddy taught me. This is what I'm going to share with y'all. Okay. My daddy said that sometimes you can strengthen yourself out of position. And what I mean, and what he meant by that was, um, you can be so strong where you are not deemed, or that you are not deemed as something that needs something. Because the first thing when we get upset as women is we say, oh, I don't need nobody, fuck it, da, 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 da. That's not true. You do need someone. You can't do it alone. You can't even heal by yourself. But we have convinced ourselves with this illusion or this disillusion that we don't need anybody and I'm just going to do it. Well, a lot of times we don't need anybody because you haven't had nobody that you could depend on. So you've had no choice but to do it. But um, at the same token, you chose the wrong people. You did, for whatever reason. I think that's why my cutoff time so strong. You can't. Well, yeah. You should write a book about my dad's teachings. I should, but my daddy said sometimes you can strengthen yourself out of positions. And what he really meant by that is sometimes y'all be too strong. And we have convinced society that we don't need nobody. What do you tell people that I don't need nobody, I'm gonna do it. But do you know what that brings into magically and spiritually? What it brings into you? It brings into I'm strong. I don't need nobody. I'm just going. And then it makes you bitter. There are so many of us that are really bitter and we're really angry. And that's where the angry black woman comes from. Because at the end of the day, I'm sorry you chose him. You did. And where's the accountability for that? What's wrong?
Where'd you put those shampoo labels?
I stuck them where they standing up in the file cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. You know where the dip is?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Men are not taught to respect women that strong. So where you're thinking I have to be the strong black woman and I'm raising a strong black man, you're not. When you are strong, you will attract weak. What did I just say? I want y'all to repeat this because I don't want you to miss it. When you are that strong, that strength will attract the weakest. If you are that strong friend, typically you will attract the weaker friend. You will always be the friend that's just a little bit stronger than the other one. I'm not saying you're wrong for that because you're just doing what what you've been naturally called to do. But what happens with that is that you will attract the weaker. I just want that to sit in your spirit for a minute. And a lot of times it's what you've seen. It's what you've been taught. Y'all got to learn to verbalize when your feelings are hurt. You have to learn how to verbalize when you don't feel good. Instead of saying, I'm okay. You are not okay. You're not okay. And that's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to always say that you're okay when you're not. That's why people they have a lack of empathy for us because we're always saying, I'm okay, I'm all right. No, you're not. I don't want to be the strong one all the time, and I'm not going to be. Not when I have a whole nigga. Did y'all hear what the fuck I said? I am not going to, I'm not going to perpetuate this idea that I'm just, no, if I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling good. If I don't like something that's happened, I don't like it. And you need to learn how. I said this with the mother wound. Y'all made me sit up. I said this with the mother wound workshop. I'm going to say it in here too. If you don't like something, or if you don't like how something is being done, or if you don't like how well, something is being said, say something. Just because you get mad and you cry about it, that doesn't let the person know that you hurt they hurt your feelings. So how can a person really change, or change how they treat you, change how they talk to you, if you never say that hurt my feelings? I didn't like the way you expressed it. I didn't like the way you said that. They don't know. We take for granted that people just we take for granted that people just know. No, they don't. They don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Some people don't have the emotional intelligence that you assume that they do. New beginnings, saying something hurt my feelings makes me feel so weak. It shouldn't, because you got it out of you. You're able to say that. Hey, I didn't like the way you said that. That hurt my feelings. I didn't like the way that you expressed that to me. That hurt my feelings. Speaking how you feel actually shifts an energy. So why wouldn't you want to shift that? Speaking how you feel, it does not make you weak. It makes you stronger because you were able to express how you felt about something. You didn't bottle it up, or you didn't tell someone who can't do anything about it. See, you got to be able to self-regulate. And you cannot self-regulate if you cannot verbally express how something is making you feel. That's the only way to really shift the energy about it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Cancer Rising said unbothered is some people's favorite word. And that's not true. You are bothered. Because if you weren't bothered, you would be able to express yourself about it and then just go on. I'm going through that right now. Listen, kings and queens. If you are not aware of how you are feeling, thank you. Thank you so much, Boss Lady. Blessings to you. May it be returned tenfold. Blessings to you. Thank you for that. If you are not able to self-regulate, how can you help people? How can you help yourself? If you're not able to self-regulate, how are you able to have emotional intelligence where you're able to push through and you're able to communicate these things? See, we are too concerned about how the other person's going to perceive what we said. Well, if that person is speaking to you and you're speaking back to that person, and that person says something in a way that hurt your feelings, or they actually said something that hurt your feelings, you have to be able to articulate that. You have to be able to shift your energy, and that's how you release it, and that's how you do it. Not being able to articulate, I'm hurting, I'm tired, I'm stressed, this is a lot for me. Or even being able to say this, I heard what you said and I want to respond to it, but I need to process what you said. See, one of my things is I don't process things as fast as some people talk. So it takes me a minute to process what you said. But a lot of people are afraid to say that too because we don't want people to think, baby, people are going to think something anyway. So you need to be able to express, I heard you. Let me validate what you're saying, but I need a moment to process that. I'm never afraid to say that. I heard what you said. I just need a moment to process that. Give me a minute because I don't want to just say something. But that takes I had to develop that emotional maturity. I had to learn how to self-regulate. It changes your magic completely, y'all. I'm not bullshitting you. And one thing that I always learned with my father was a Sagittarius. One thing that I always learned with my father was that I was able to self-regulate. If it hurt my feelings, my daddy would always say what you mean and mean what you say. Say what you mean. It's okay to explain. See, we are in such a we're not patient enough with ourselves and we're not patient with other people. We don't allow people to express themselves with me and we don't allow people to just say what it is. Sometimes you need to say what it is for you. That's the only way you're going to feel better. And saying it to people that don't have shit to do with what's going on, that don't make you feel better. Because now you're seeking validation from people that don't have nothing to do with your fight. So now they're putting their own projection onto it, which is making it worse. This is how a lot of us fall out. Instead of you going to the person that you have the issue with and saying, hey, I didn't like the way you said that. That hurt my feelings. We go tell Ronnie. And why the fuck are you telling Ronnie? Ronnie can't do shit about it but say, I wouldn't have said this and I wouldn't have said that. Shut the fuck up, Ronnie. Because you should have took your ass to Ronnie anyway. You should have took your ass back to Mika, and say, hey, Tamika, you hurt my feelings. Hey, Tamika, I didn't like how you said that. Because she's probably going to say, oh, what did I say? Well, you said blah, 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 blah. Well, I didn't like that. So you got to learn, and that's one thing that my dad taught me. Speak up for yourself. Nobody's a mind reader. I don't give a damn what kind of gifts you got. You have to speak up you got to say what it is. See, that part ain't for them. That part is for you. And that's how y'all don't do enough for you. And I really feel like as women, my mother didn't necessarily, yes, she did. I ain't gonna say that, but my daddy pushed it on me. My daddy pushed it on me. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Say it. My daddy said that all you had was your word. So everything come out your mouth need to be authentic and real. My daddy used to say that all the time. He said, all you have is your word. All you got is your word, Red. So you gotta stick to what you say. And we don't understand how words are powerful. We don't even use them. We have taken the strength of words completely away from them. And I think that's so fucked up. I think it's so fucked up. We want everything to be aesthetically pleasing because we don't want our feelings hurt. But sometimes the only way that you're going to get out of a situation is if your feelings are hurt. Some of y'all would still be with them niggas and still be with them hoes if they wouldn't have hurt your feelings. You still be with them. But they hurt your feelings. And you got tired of your feelings being hurt. And that was the only way you moved. That is sad, but that is the truth. See, I realized it was a privilege for my dad to be in my life the way that he was. And I'm going to tell you something else that my daddy taught me too. My daddy said that submission is a gift. Y'all get that? My daddy always said that my submission is a gift. Y'all want to know what he meant by that? Oh, thank you, CD Future. An elder said to me last night when my mom passed away that your words can take you further than money sometimes. Yeah. My daddy said that my submission, and I'm saying it to you, your submission is actually a gift. You know how, like, some men will ask a question like, what do you bring to the table? You know how when they ask that question, what do you bring to the table? And you be like, oh, I'm a hard worker, I'm a strong woman. Ashley, I'm going to explain it. Because you shouldn't submit to anybody. Because your submission is the gift. So when a man asks you, and a man shouldn't even really be asked no shit like that, that's worth anything, what do you bring to the table? When a lot of women say, well, I bring me. Well, what does that mean? And they don't know how to explain it. See, if a man asks me what do I bring to the table, which I ain't never had a nigga ask me that, and if he did, I don't think that he's worthy of my submission. What I mean by that is submission is a gift for me to come to your table with my own, and I offer you my submission. I'm offering you me. I'm offering you my heart. I'm offering you my soul. And I'm giving it to you intentfully and on purpose. And because I'm giving it to you intentfully on purpose, why would you damage that? Why would you harm that? Why wouldn't you preserve that? Why wouldn't you love that? That I just gave you my submission. See, I'm not afraid to be a submissive female. I am a submissive wife. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May it return to you 100-fold. Thank you. But I am a submissive wife. And a lot of people be thinking that I'm not. Baby, I am a strong woman. But when it comes to my husband, I am a submissive wife. When it comes to my partner, I choose to submit to my partner. Why do I choose to submit to my partner? Because he's proven that he can be a leader. I chose that man. So he earned my submission. See, y'all don't be making these niggas earn shit. Men are naturally predators. They're prey. They naturally prey for things. That's why a lot of men, their prayers are heard more so than ours, because they are naturally that force. See, men have a natural force that it's engraved in them because that's part of their masculine makeup. Oh, I'm sorry if this is a lot for you. I'm not trying to make it be a lot, but I'm just explaining some things. And I think some things that are important. And if you're going to be doing these love spells and if y'all going to be doing this love work, you need to keep this in the back of your mind when you're doing them. I don't think that it's bad to do love stuff, but I do think that it's bad to do love stuff on people that have not proven. And a lot of times, y'all don't make the man work for your submission. You just give it. And so he didn't have to earn it. And for men, whatever they don't earn, they'll never respect. Did you hear what I just said? For men, if they did not earn it, if they did not work for it, they will never respect it. So for you guys who are out here dating these men and you are acting like a wife in hopes that that's going to make him see you as a wife, it's not. Because he already know if you're wifey material, right? He already knows you're wifey material when he met you because men are natural readers. I said what the fuck I said. So you don't have to go into doing this and you don't have to go into doing that and giving yourself this self-proclaimed title that he didn't even give you. Because if he didn't give it to you from the beginning, he'll never give it to you because he don't see you that way. See, a lot of y'all give these titles to yourself. Thank you, Rashida. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May it return to you tenfold, 100-fold. May you receive it back before you even blink your eye. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Blessings to you. May it triple fold for you as well. Would you like to pick me up? Would I like? No. Your words are steadily a gift and it helped me. Oh, thank you, Andrea. May it return to you a hundredfold. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Ashley. May it return to you as well a hundredfold. I just thank you. What is it? Super online stream. Thank you. I think it's important that you guys get this because you're not getting this. See, men, I'm gonna tell you something else too. My daddy was probably one of the most genteel men I've ever met in my life. No, my daddy did not speak with a soft voice. My daddy was kind of rough, but he was soft. And the reason why he could be soft, because number one, my mother submitted to him. And number two, he honored her submission. Did y'all hear what I said? Not only did she submit to him, but because he recognized the submission, he honored her submission. And that's what I grew up seeing. So my idea of how I view men sometimes is very different from the way that you view them, because you view a man based off what your mother showed you. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I can take that. I can take criticism. I can take it very well. I have very thick skin. You perceive men to be, hello, Miss Jackson. Hey, D. You perceive men how your mama showed you that men were to her. How your grandmama and them showed you that men were to them. That's how you perceive men. See, I didn't perceive men in any other light but beauty. My daddy was a provider. My daddy loved me. He hugged me. He told me how beautiful I was all the time, no matter what. A lot of you guys who have read my book, you know, I was raped when I was 14. I was raped by a family member. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I'm about to cry. Thank you, boss lady. Many blessings to you. Thank you for that. Thank you. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Um, I think that my father loving my mother in that way, it showed me how beautiful a relationship could be, because I'm not gonna say my daddy was a great husband, because I don't know that. Thank you, Space. I don't know that. I don't know him in that way. But I just know as a father, I just know that he cultivated me. He raised me. He loved me. When I was raped, when I was 14, uh, my daddy walked in on me being raped. And my dad tried to kill my cousin. He cut his throat. And my daddy they said that he was centimeters away from his TMJ. My daddy liked to kill the man who raped me. And my daddy said, I wish he was dead. I was trying to kill him. I'm sad I missed. And so at 14, I thought that I was ruined. And it was my father that kept hugging me and kept showing me that I was still worthy and that that person was sick, but I'm still healthy, I'm still beautiful, and I still deserve to have a man that's going to cherish me and that's going to love me. And so my father gave me the aesthetics of, you are still beautiful, you are still deserving. That saved me. And so I didn't go out there looking for just anything, because I still had that male presence in my life that still confirmed me. And I didn't know, I didn't realize until my father passed that always saved me, that my daddy loved me. When I said I wanted to go to beauty school, my daddy went to Fort Worth Stockyard because my daddy had cows and cattle and pigs, and my dad had all of this stuff. And I told my dad I wanted to go to beauty school. My daddy went and sold a horse, and he went and sold some of his kids so he could pay for it. He paid for me to go to beauty school, the whole thing. He came home and he gave my mama a check. He said, put it in the mail, take it up to Kia's school, and go and pay for Red's school. My dad did that. Always did that. Always was just there. When my dad was dying and Damon had came into the picture, on my dad's deathbed, he had asked my husband, promise me you won't leave her. So even when my dad in his weakest moment, my daddy was still making provisions for me, his daughter. He said, promise me you won't leave her. She can't be by herself. Not that my daughter's weak, because I didn't teach her how to be weak. But she has to have a man that's going to love her and protect her and provide for her. He said, if you can't do it, tell me now before I leave her, because I don't want to leave her and she don't have nobody. Now, I didn't find out about that promise until we had got into it. Me and my husband had gotten into it. Me and Damon got into it a few years later. And I was talking shit. And Damon said to me, he said, if I wouldn't have promised your daddy, I would never leave you. I'll walk out the door right now. Thank you, Simply. May it return to you triple fold. Thank you. And I said, what? Like that. I was like, what? What the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you talking about? And he said, I promised your daddy I would not leave you. Your daddy told me that your mouth was hot. He said, I know her mouth is hot. He said, but don't leave her. And he said, I promised your daddy. I promised your daddy I would leave your motherfucking ass. And I was like, you can leave. I don't give a fuck. You know how we are. You can leave. I don't give a fuck what you promised him. And he said, I promised him on his deathbed that I wouldn't leave you. He said, your daddy said, she gonna say stuff to make you want to run away. He said, but don't leave her. So that's the type of father that I had. And I feel like we all need that. We all need that. And I feel like a lot of times these men don't know how to be like that because they weren't taught. And moreover, I saw my father be vulnerable with my mother. And you don't get to see that now. I saw my father cry. I saw him be upset. And my mother would sit and she would listen. And I realized we don't do that. We don't. How often do you ask your man, how you doing? How was your day? And then be quiet enough to listen. See, my daddy was the baby out of 13 kids. And my daddy said his daddy was real hard. He said, but he was loving, but he was real hard. And my dad's dad was really abusive. And my daddy said he knew he didn't want to be that kind of man. And so my daddy chose not to be that kind of man. And my daddy, he loved love. Like my daddy loved love. He loved giving it. He loved receiving it. He loved love. And my daddy was never too vulnerable. He was never too. And I thought, believe it or not, I thought that's how all men were. I thought all men was like that. I really, really did. I thought that my first husband was like that. I thought that my second husband was like. I thought all men were like that. I didn't realize that they don't all come like that. I thought they all did. And it wasn't until I actually got with my second husband that I realized some men are not in tune at all. What the fuck? And then I realized all the shit that I went through with my ex-husband. I was like, nobody's gonna be like my dad. Nobody's gonna love me like my dad. But that wasn't true. Going into when I started dating Damon, can you be a mod if you want to be? So when I started dating Damon, I remember my dad was still living, and it was our first date. Damon came and got me and everything in the snow, y'all. It was fucking snowing. And he came in the snow to come get me. And I kept telling Damon, you don't have to come. We can reschedule our date or whatever. You don't have to come. And Damon was like, I'm a truck driver. I can drive in any kind of weather. And I was like, oh, okay then, my nigga. Let's go. And so on the way back from our first date, Damon says to me, I'm not ready to take you home yet. And I was like, why? I was like, why? He was like, I'm not ready to take you home yet. And I was like, well, where you want to take me? And Damon said, this is our first date. He was like, do you need some groceries? Do you need anything for your baby? My baby at the time, she was 16. And I was like, you gonna take me to the store after a first date? And he was like, I'm not ready to let you go. I mean, I'll take you wherever you want me to, wherever you want to go. And I was like, well, if you want to take me to the store, you can take me to the store. So he was like, well, call your daughter and see if she needs anything. Call your daddy, see if he needs anything. Because at the time, my daddy was living with me. He was sick with cancer then. So he takes me to the grocery store. And I was trying to be out like, well, I don't want to get, I was like, I don't want to buy, a whole bunch of stuff. And he was like, what is your daughter like? And so I started telling him, he started going to the aisles, getting the stuff y'all. I was trying to be like, well, I don't want to. You know how I don't want to. No, he was like, get what you need. Okay. So we go to the house and he brings the groceries in the house and he was like, do you want me to help you put them up? So my daughter was like, Mama, what you doing? And I was like, Damon took me to the store. And she was like, oh, is that why you called me? I was like, yeah. So they're putting the stuff up and I'm actually watching how he's looking at her because I want to make sure he don't want to be one of the most nasty ass, you know what I'm saying? One of them nasty ass men's. I didn't want him, that's what I wanted to see. And he didn't look at her in any kind of weird way, but I was looking because again, I had been raped. So I'm looking at how any man looking at my baby. And he didn't look, and she liked him. That motherfucker don't like nobody. She don't like nobody, but she liked him. And I was like, So my daddy says, who is that in there? So I say, Daddy, I go in there and I speak to my daddy. And he goes in there. He goes in there behind me. And he says to my daddy, he said, hey, young man. And I bust out laughing. And my daddy bust out laughing. He said, young man. My daddy was 85 at the time. And he said, young man. What's up? Yeah. You gonna go get it?
Yeah, I gotta get it.
Okay. You gonna order it?
You can order.
Yeah.
All right.
So he walks up he walks up to my dad and he goes to shake his hand. And my dad says, that's all my daddy said to him. So Damon leaves. He finally leaves. And I go back in there and I say, Daddy, what do you think? And my daddy says to me, he says, that's your husband right there. And at the time, I was still married to Mr. Gemini. I hadn't divorced him yet. And I was like, Daddy, how am I going to be somebody else's wife when I'm already, how am I going to be somebody else's wife when I'm already somebody else's wife? And my daddy said to me, you chose Bree. You chose that husband. And I was like, huh? He said, but this nigga, he gonna choose you. What? My daddy said, you chose that second husband. You chose him. But this one, he gonna choose you. And he said, this nigga here, he ain't gonna never leave you. This who you need to marry. And I was like, Daddy, why you say it like that? And he said, baby, anytime you choose a nigga, anytime you choose a nigga, you're gonna have problems. And I was like, huh. But anytime a nigga choose you, you're gonna have a smooth sailing. But see, a lot of times we don't want the nigga that choose us. You want the nigga that we gotta work for. But that's only because you've been put in a masculine situation. And I'm willing to bet money that this marriage was way more successful. This marriage has been wonderful. And I've gotten to be, I've got to live a very soft life because of this marriage. And I will tell you now, I'm not going to take anything from my other husbands. All my other two marriages, they were soft lives too, because I ain't never been married to a man that I had to work hard with, because I'm not doing it. I don't believe in struggle love. I believe that you can have multiple jobs in a household. You having a multiple job, not me. Because if I got to work two jobs, I'm gonna be by myself. And I think that's the problem. I think that a lot of us, we choose situations and we choose men that you have to work for, stuff that you have to work at, and you don't even know that you're doing it because it's a subconscious thing because you're that strong black woman. So we crave for the submission, but we don't know how to submit because we keep choosing men that have proven to us you cannot submit to them, because submission is a gift. That is what my daddy taught me. That is what I live by. My submission is a gift. For me to be able to submit to you in the way that you're wanting me to, you have to prove that you are worthy of that. And a lot of these men, I'm going to say it again, they are not taught how to even handle a submissive woman. They say they want that, but they don't even know how to handle it. Because, see, it's just like, I'm going to teach y'all something. It's just like in a dom world. When you have a dominant, just say the master, he's the dominant, right? And you have a slave or a sub, right? Say for instance, you will fall in love with your sub, because they do all the time, and the sub fall in love with that dom. The dom is the one that provides. He's the daddy. He's the financier. He's the counselor. He's all of these things. So the sub can be a submissive to the dom because he's proven he can take care of that role. I don't even know if I'm making it sound where you can conceive what I'm saying, but they don't get that. They don't understand it. A lot of men don't understand what their role, that That's a power move. And with that move, you learn how to be the top actually from being the bottom, because the bottom is the female, right? But she actually learns how to top that bottom because she understands what her role is as that woman. I'm never going to do a 50-50. I'm never going to be a pick me Isha. I'm never going to be a Barbara the Builder. Baby, if you ain't got it by now, you will never get it. And you will never get it off my back. That is how I see things. Now, again, with that kind of submission, the men have to be ready for it. And a lot of men, they're not ready. Y'all keep getting these men that, yes, you want to submit to them. Yes, you want to be that, you want to give them a title that they haven't even earned, and you want to give yourself a title that they haven't even given you, but they're not ready for that because they don't know nothing about that. They was raised by single black mothers. They was raised by single black mothers. They was raised by strong black women with no male influence whatsoever. They was raised by hurt black women, bitter black women, unloving, unkind black women. That's who these men were raised by. And because they were raised by these women who don't even love themselves because they never deemed themselves to be worthy, they subconsciously taught the black man how not to love us. I hope I said that right. Shit. Do you think we have to go older to get since a lot of generation? Um, for me, I would say yes. But I think everybody's situation is different. So I can't, I don't want to give a general, I don't want to give this because a lot of times we speak in general. Excuse me, y'all. And we think that's the end all to be all. But every situation is kind of different. Because a lot of older men, too, they're not equipped either. A lot of old men are just as ignorant as the younger ones. So I think it's you. You have to, I'm going to say for me, certain men just aren't attracted to me. If they are struggling, if they are living with this potential bullshit, they are not attracted to me because I am not the one for that. I am not the one for you to be figuring it out. I'm the one that you'd already figured it out with. Disturb. Somebody was calling me. I don't know how to put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm doing a video. I'm going to figure that out. But a lot of times, men are not taught. They're not equipped because they wasn't raised that way. And so, believe it or not, they were subconsciously taught that black women are bitter, black women are mean, black women are angry because their mama was like that. So they're not taught a difference. All they seen their mama was work 2 jobs, and they think all black women supposed to work 2 jobs. Now you got me fucked up. I'm not doing it. And I'm with you? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that a little bit. No. No, I'm not. They seen their mama struggle. So all they do is associate black women with struggle. I'm not struggling. We're not doing it. You know, if I have to, at this age in my life, I'm 45 years old. If this age in my life, if I have to teach you, if I have to show you, if I have to continually repeat to you how you need to be, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to fucking do this. I'm not going to do this. If I'm working 2 jobs or I'm working a job and I got to come home and cook and clean, but you just have to come home and wait on me to do something now, we're not going to make it. Damon cooks, Damon cleans, Damon washes, Damon fold clothes, Damon hangs up clothes. Damon go take my car to be serviced. He take my car. I'm at the point of my life, and you guys should be like this too. Take this as a sign. Forgive yourself, forgive your mother, and forgive these motherfucking men, and clear your slate. Clear it. Clear that plate off. Clear it off. Clear it off. You don't have to keep holding on to some bad decisions that you made. Hell, that pussy number fundable. It ain't like you can unfuck somebody. Shit. Hopefully you learned your lesson and you go on. You know not to make that mistake again. Shit. Start looking at it. If he ain't about shit, he just ain't about shit. Everybody done fucked the ain't shit ass nigga. Shit. Everybody done that. Shit. But did you learn something? Did you learn something? Did you learn something from fucking that ain't shit ass nigga? Clear it out. You don't have to keep holding on to that. You made a mistake. Okay. You made a mistake. You gave something up to a nigga that you thought the motherfucker was worthy and he ain't. Okay. How long you gonna keep holding on to that? Shit. All right, you done had some motherfucking kids by the nigga. Well, okay. They ain't shit. Well, okay. They still your kids. Shit. Add you to what, baby? Clear that shit out. You know what my dad used to tell me? What about the continued mistakes, girl? Well, you ain't learning. And whenever you don't learn something, you will repeat it. And you're going to keep repeating it until you learn. And some people, they never fucking get it because they choose not to get it. Some people, they don't know anything but struggle. Some people, they don't know anything but sacrifices. So they continue to be attracted to that. You continue to make mistakes because you want to. Absolutely. And I 100% agree with that. I am not, let me tell you this. All you got to do is tell me one time. I'm going to learn my lesson. Because I tentatively don't want to repeat anything. I don't even like repeating shit that come out of my motherfucking mouth. I want you to the first time. So you ain't got to listen, reject me one time, bitch. You will reject me for fucking forever. Sometimes you need to adore. You need to be alone. Yes, sometimes. How do you get over breakups? Well, let me ask you this, Frenchie. Why y'all break up? I don't know who just, I don't know. I don't know who that is, funny person. Well, thank you, Maya, for saying it. I appreciate that. What's that?
Be careful. Smell that. Be careful.
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said.
I love it when like we make oils and stuff and they get to ferment and they get to sit and they get to be strong and powerful. That smells good. It's supposed to be strong like that. It's a healing oil. But again, how I'm gonna ask you this. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? Because how you see yourself is what you'll actually allow other people to see as well. So how do you see yourself? Do you think that you're worthy of the things that you're asking for? See, I don't give a damn if I was 300 pounds. I don't give a damn if I was 400 pounds. Um, I deserve the best at wherever I'm at. He was an asshole, but that was a little bit ago. I just want to know how to get over them. You ain't giving me enough context, baby. Getting over what exactly? What are you getting over? What, a failed relationship? That's easy. You really have to move on. You got to take your lick. You got to take your lick. Did you stay longer than what you should have? You got to take your lick. Did you learn anything? You got to take your lick. Have you got some help getting through taking that lick? Probably not. Because y'all don't. Y'all think y'all afraid. Y'all afraid to get help. Did she place the order? Yes. You cannot be afraid. I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it again. In 100 years, what will they say about you? Can you turn it down a little bit because I'm recording?
Yes.
Thank you. Why is it that so many younger men are attracted to older women? That mother thing. That mother thing. I cannot stress that enough. These people bother me at work while I'm trying to listen. Am I the... Oh, thank you for saying that, pretty dope. I appreciate that. The thing about it is, you need to look at why were you attracted to that person in the first place. Because we mirror each other. Because at that time, you could have been in a broken place. And so at that time, you will attract broken people too. But remember, what is it that you're representing? Are you representing yourself to be this strong black woman? Because when you're representing yourself to be this strong this and this strong that, again, you will attract the weaker. I have no desire to be the strong nothing. Fuck that. I don't even put gas in my own car. And if I got to put gas in there, as soon as that bitch tell me I'm at 15% and I ain't got no gas in the car, that car gonna stay in the fucking garage until somebody put some gas in there, or y'all gonna be taking me every motherfucking where I need to go. Because I'm not putting no motherfucking gas in there. Why the fuck should I have to do that? The fuck? I'm not doing that. I have no desire to do that. That is manual labor, and I'm not doing manual labor and sucking dick too. So you mean to tell me I got to put gas in my car and suck your dick too? Oh no, I'm not doing it. See how you just stressed me out? And if I'm stressed out, I cannot perform. I cannot be in a position where I cannot perform. Half the time, I don't know which side the gas tank. Okay, I was told that it's arrow. That's what side to go on the arrow, and I still park on the wrong side. He be like, turn the motherfucking car around. We don't park on the other side. You want to put the gas in there. Okay. Shit. You want me to get in the passenger seat? You could just drive it around there yourself? Listen, it's just certain things that don't work for me, y'all. Okay? Okay? It's just certain things don't work for me. And if I got to put gas in the car, if I got to go work a 2 job, and then I got to cook and clean and then suck your dick and fuck you, oh no, that ain't gonna never happen. Because you have not put me in a position where I feel in a safe space to even perform. I just want y'all to, I be wanting y'all to do better, but I understand too that the quality of men these days isn't that high. And when I say that, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want y'all to get in y'all feelings about it. And some probably will. Because somebody said that I was an ageist. I don't even know what the fuck that means, that I was an ageist, because I said women over 50 are hard to counsel because they so stuck. And she made a comment and said that I was an ageist. I don't give a fuck. Okay, girl, whatever. But the only man that I would date for potential would be the hardworking man that show me he work a lot, and he might not dress that good, you know, That's the type of potential, because I can dress him up with his money, of course. And I can, elevate his life with his money, of course. Um, you said the men now want to be the bad bitch and a princess. Do they? No. No, they don't. Do they? Wow, that is utterly disgusting. Wow. Hmm. Yuck. I guess I would be single if that was the case for me, because I would never. It's only one bad bitches. It's not you, darling. I could have 376 outfits. You're probably only going to have about 5 or 6. Okay. They play a bitch role. Where are y'all getting these niggas from? Where are these new niggas coming from? Cause I taught my son, you better cater to a woman. If this bitch is sucking your dick and fucking you and cooking for you and washing your motherfucking clothes and doing, you better cater to her. Cause that's submission, nigga. And submission is a fucking gift. Where y'all mean these new niggas from? They are horrible these days. Are they? And y'all giving on y'all pussy, ain't you? Y'all fucking these niggas too, and y'all ain't being honest. Y'all ain't communicating. You ain't saying, you are not performing. They complain about doing something for you because they don't like to work. What? They complain about doing something for you because they don't like to work. I am in shock. Most don't recognize the gift. People don't do. Do I label myself as a dom? I have been one, yes. I have been one, yes. In the past. Yes, the men asking women for money like it's an allowance nowadays. And y'all giving it to them and fucking them too. Be honest. How many of y'all doing it? Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Some men would throw it in your face how hard they had to work to pay a bill. They said it was no big deal. And y'all still together? Why are y'all why are y'all dealing with that? Why are y'all dealing with that? Why are y'all dealing with that? Lord have mercy. Excuse me. Ain't no way. They stand with those lames too. I see a lot out here. Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So y'all are fucking men that complain about working and paying bills for you. I don't know about these. Oh my God. Oh. I'm so disappointed. I know y'all ain't going out like that. So, and y'all fucking these niggas too and sucking their dick and they ain't got no money to give y'all and they complaining about the money they give y'all. Oh, Lord, y'all done made my shit slide back. Lord, I'm not like that anymore because you taught me better. But there, oh my God. Oh, I'm disgusted for y'all. And y'all fucking these niggas? Y'all letting these niggas skeet up in y'all? Why? Why y'all doing this to yourself? Y'all go and have these half sorry ass babies when y'all do shit like that. Throw the whole nigga away. The fuck? Do you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If a nigga really like you, he'll do whatever the fuck you want him to do. Now, he might not have been this nigga for nobody else. But for the bitch you want, he would do any fucking thing for her. So if you have somebody that won't do any fucking thing for you, you are not his person. You are not his person. Because if he wants you, you can barely get it out of your fucking mouth and it's done. If you're his person. See, if you're that nigga's person, you don't have to repeat shit to him. He got it. That's the truth. If you're his person, he gonna work hard to take care of you. You ain't gotta, all you gotta do is say, this what I want, this what I don't want, and he's gonna do it because you're his person. See, a lot of y'all be getting these niggas that you're not his person. So he's gonna give you the same treatment that he give all the rest of the hoes because you really ain't showed him that you're any different. I'm telling you, whether he broke, crippled, and crazy, if you're his person, he will be different. When you're the one for him, he ain't gonna give a fuck. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I know a good dude that don't have any children. And the bitch that he fuck with, the bitch got 5 kids. This nigga work hard than a bitch for this bitch and her 5 kids. This bitch is a known hoe. She was a known fucking hoe. I mean, like a fucking hoe. She's a known fucking whore. And this man, not only did he marry her, this nigga helped raise and take care of her fucking 5 kids. Now her kids and start having kids and he loved being a granddaddy. Do you hear me? So again, y'all just don't be the one. Y'all just not the one. And y'all trying to make yourselves be the one and you're not the one because for the one, he's going to do anything for her. And he's not going to give a fuck what nobody have to say about her. You can call me a gold digger. You can say I take my husband money. You can say all of that. I'm his person though. So he don't give a fuck what nobody have to say about me. He's not going to go fucking go nowhere. And he's going to continue to do all the gold digging shit that I love because he already knew what it was in the first place because he already knew what his intention was for me when he first met me. When my husband first met me, one of the things that I asked the universe for, I said, he has to tell me something. He has to tell me something that nobody else has ever told me. He has to say something to me that nobody else has ever said. He has to make me feel a way that nobody else has ever done. That's how I'm going to know he coming from you. That's what I said. On our first date, and if you follow me for a long time, You've heard Damon say this because it was true, and you've heard me talk about it. If you look at my earlier videos that he used to be on a lot, when he wasn't on the road so much, I've said this and I'm gonna say it now. On our first date, it was crazy as fuck. We had went on our first date, and this is what I mean by niggas know if you're the one, they know immediately. They know. I'm sitting there, I'm eating, I'm on my second cocktail because a bitch did love some cocktails, you hear me? And I will drink, okay? Because you invited me out to dinner, that means you already had your budget set forward, and I'm going to make you live up to your budget and then some because you chose to fuck with me. And you asked me on a date. I didn't ask you on a date. And I told you what my qualifications was in the first place. So it is what it is. Okay, come with your pocketbook ready because that's what we already discussed this. You said that you was ready for a date, then let's date. So anyway, we're sitting at the table and he says to me, I'm just letting you know I'm not dating you to date you. I'm dating you to marry you. That was the first date. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? What? And he said, I'm not dating you just to date you. I'm not dating you for you to be my girlfriend. I'm dating you for you to be my wife. It's a difference. My daddy was dead on the money. My daddy was dead on the money. He knew. Now, I will say this. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. You remember us telling a story together years ago? Yes, I wasn't there. I wasn't there with him. All I could think of was, this nigga's crazy. What the fuck he just say to me? And he said, I'm not dating you just to date you. I'm dating you to marry you. And so everything that he did in the relationship, it was to get me to the point where I wanted to marry him. And I didn't even want to get married again. I had been already married twice. I wasn't looking, and all I could say is this shit lame. This nigga lame. But he wasn't lame. He was just a nigga that he had his eye on the prize. He knew that I was the one that he wanted and that he was going to pursue me in that way. And so even the first time that we hooked up, um, he was like, what you need? And I said, I don't know, like maybe $300-400. I am 45 years old. And he reached in his motherfucking pocket. He said, I just got paid. Did. And he went and he gave me all the money that he had in his wallet. He said, I got some credit cards. He's like, but you can have all of this. And it was quite a bit, a little chunk of change. And I took that, and the kids were out for spring break. And and that's what that was. Where is he at now? She at work. Working to take care of his motherfucking family. Tell me, where is he at now? Work. The fuck? My husband's still there, right up under my motherfucking ass when he ain't at work, dead in my motherfucking face when he not at work. And me and my husband, we don't even have to sit up and just talk. We can sit up and go and drive and be places, and we don't even have to talk. He just in my presence. Thank you. Thank you, Rashida. Blessings to you. May it return to you. Listen, 100-fold. Listen, I'm 45. I don't think that that's the end. Even if, let's just say, my marriage didn't work out with my husband, I do not think that it's the end. I do not think that I will never not find love again because it's out there. Y'all just be willing to jump for anybody that show y'all some attention, and that's just not me. I had someone said that I'm promoting prostitution. No, the fuck I'm not. I just don't believe in fucking for free. The fuck? My daddy said, pussy gonna sell what cotton and corn won't. That's what my daddy said. He said, pussy gonna sell what cotton and corn won't. Your submission is a gift. And if the nigga don't see it that way, fuck him. Because there are niggas out there that do and will take care of you. If you keep getting niggas that won't do it, that just means you're not the one for them. So you need to make sure that you be with the one that you are. Because for the nigga that you're the one for him, he would do everything in his motherfucking power to keep you. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not making this up. I'm not just saying some shit. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you, a lot of times y'all be chasing these niggas that you are not the one. That nigga don't even see you as the one. So he's never gonna see anything you do. He's never gonna see your cooking as being the best meal that he's ever had. He's never gonna see you washing his clothes and you cleaning up his house and you doing all of this shit for him. He's not gonna look at it as, oh, this is something, oh, she's proven to me that she could be a good wife, because he never saw you as his wife in the first place. So he's not going to treat you in that way. He's not going to give you that. Some of y'all fucking niggas right now, you are not the one for him. You are a placeholder until he find the one he really looking for. And then you wonder why y'all can never connect. It's because you're not the person that he need to be connected to. And he's showed you that over and over again. And bitch, you keep staying. That is not his fault anymore. It's yours. Because there are niggas that will take you. I don't give a damn how many niggas you done fucked. They don't give a fuck about that. They'll fall in your pussy just so happy. And your walls is gone and he don't even give a fuck. That just means there's more room for him to swim in. Like, y'all be looking at this shit the wrong way. Because the reality of it is, if you're that guy, if your guy is the guy for you, and you're the guy, your girl for that guy, it's just going to work the fuck out. It's going to work out naturally because that's what he wants. He saw you. You're the one. You don't have to change. You don't have to lose any weight. You don't have to do any of that. Look how many women that be on my 600-pound life and they be having niggas. And they be fat, funky, nasty, skin all fucking fucked up. They don't even fit in the fucking shower. You gotta fucking wash them hoes out in a fucking outhouse tub or some crazy shit like that. And they got niggas. And the niggas is cooking and cleaning for them motherfucking big bitches. And probably can't even get to the pussy. They fucking a roll. And they don't even give a fuck. They fucking one of them nooks and crannies in that bitch big old body. And that bitch is still acting crazy. You ain't fixed me 5 lasagnas. Like, I'm just saying, when you're the one for him, then you're the one. And you ain't got to do no work. Real shit. When you're the one, you ain't got to cook and clean and all that shit. He'll be like, baby, I love to cook. You be like, I ain't the cleanest motherfucker. He'll be like, oh, baby, I love to clean. I'll get us a maid. When you're the one, he'll be like, well, baby, I don't like doing this. He'll be like, oh, I got it. Don't even worry about it. When you're the one, work 2 jobs and have a nigga, he be like, I don't even want you working like that. The fuck? Like, when you're the one, you don't have to go through all of these hoops and jumps and all of this shit. You don't have to do that because you're the one. When you're not the one, you are having to constantly explain and constantly have to do this and constantly have to repeat yourself and constantly have, and you thinking, damn, what other way can I say it for him to get it? Baby, he's never going to get it because he's not tuned into you like that. When you're the one, he will do any fucking thing to make sure that don't nobody else have you. He'll settle and he'll deal with whatever the fuck that you got going on because he want to be the one for you too. Because he knows that you're the one for him. He's fucking convinced. He gonna go against his mama and them. He gonna go against his brother and them. He gonna go against his motherfucking friends all behind you. Because how dare, and let me tell you something. You gonna be his motherfucking old lady. You gonna be his old lady. And niggas don't play about their old lady. Let me tell you something. They do not. Niggas don't play about the old lady. Now they might play about the girlfriend, but this old lady, cause my husband, I don't know if he come from the country or not, but he was like, "That's my old lady right there." Baby, niggas don't play about their old lady. I'm just, I'm just saying. And he refers to me as he was like, "Oh yeah, that's my old lady right there. That's Duchess." He the one even gave me that fucking nickname. Of course I could submit to a nigga like that. Gladly. Why? Because he gonna keep me in a soft space. I just be trying to put y'all on. I just be trying to put y'all on. When you are the one for that nigga, G will jump through hoops because you are the one. When you are not the one, bitch, you will be tired, exhausted, everything from that relationship because you're having to do all the work. Girl, you ain't gonna never have no soft life with a nigga that you got to do all the work with because he don't see you in that way. And he can't help it because he had his big back ass motherfucking mama that worked so hard and struggled so motherfucking hard trying to take care of everything. So he's learned he don't even have to be that. But for the one that he want, he'll cuss his motherfucking mama out. Because how dare you fuck with her? Thank you. Thank you. Did you give me something to drink? Will you bring me?
You don't want them on there.
No, I'm barely gonna eat that. Huh? Thank you. Can you bring me something to drink? I'm having a good day. Thank you, Infinite Juju. I'm just saying, y'all be fucking with niggas. Y'all ain't the one. You ain't got to do no love work when you the one. What I just say? When you are the one, you ain't got to do no love work. Because you the one. You the one. You the one. And y'all see, some of y'all ain't never even been in that position. So you don't know. You don't know what that look like. Y'all keep fucking with these struggle bugs. What you say, Miss London? I think women get mad if they know they pretty and he still don't like her. It's really not about your looks. It's really not about your looks, because for the nigga that love you and that you're the one for, you're a fucking beauty queen to him. Real talk. I'm going to tell y'all something. I lost over 100 pounds, right? I lost over 100 pounds. And one of the first things I said to my husband was, I said to him, I said, I know you like me better now that I'm smaller and I'm skinnier and, you know, I'm more statuesque. And Damon said, baby, you lost the weight for you. You didn't lose it for me. And I was like, I lost it for both of us. He said, no, you lost it for you. He said, because I always saw you as beautiful. I always saw you as statuesque. I was like, well, you don't see all the hard work that I'm doing? He said, yes, baby, and I'm excited for you. But how you're starting to see yourself, I always saw you that way. I didn't care if you was 300 pounds or you was 180 pounds, that's where I'm at now, around the 180 something mark. Thank you.
You want to taste good?
Huh?
You got them all up?
At the bottom. All the way at the bottom. Oh. A lot of times it's mindset and attitude. A lot of women I ran into just don't comprehend being extra all the time is a headache. Well, Mr. Russ, I like being extra.
your definition of extra?
I don't know what Mr. Russ's definition of extra is, but I'm gonna be it. I'm a
But it's
Taurus.
definitely someone out there for everybody.
Absolutely. And if that person was his person, he ain't gonna never say nothing about her being extra because he gonna love it just like that.
Yeah.
You can be the biggest girl as long as you have confidence. You can.
No, you can't. It's very unhealthy.
But wait, let me finish. But you can't have unrealistic expectations about who you attract. That's the part that comes along with it. Because there are some men that like a bigger woman, right? But there are some men. Don't drink my stuff. But there are some men that they like big girls, and that's great. Then there are some men who don't like big girls. So I think that if you're looking at what's attractive, you have to look at everything, because that's just like you can't attract a nigga that wears Gianni Benny shoes and Antonio whoever shoes, but you don't know what that is either. So it has to match. You can't have an expectation. You can't have an expectation that you're gonna get this 10 of a man, but you're not a 10. Cause let's be clear and let's be honest. Some of y'all built like fucking refrigerators, double door fucking refrigerators. And I'm not fat shaming nobody, because I used to be a big bitch too. Y'all built like motherfucking Frigidaires. But you will have the audacity to say that I'm attracted to, he got to be fine and he got to be fit like this. But you're not that. So some of the stuff is sometimes it have to match too. You know, or you just got to be that type. Again, I've dated plenty of men that said that they don't like, big women, but they liked me. So maybe confidence plays a part too. But you got to be realistic. I'm just going to say it again. You got to be realistic. How you want a nigga that's like this and he a whole vegan and bitch you eat a damn cow? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know that they sell 5 pieces of chicken, but give me 4 thighs, but you want a nigga that eat healthy and he's built athletic and stuff. Sis, like, girl, like some stuff got the, it got the match. I'm not talking about nobody, but the shit got the match. You sit up here, you built like a whole silver bag, talking about he got to be athletic. Girl, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being for real. Some of y'all don't be realistic about stuff like that. Talking about, he got to look like this. He got to look like that. He got to look like this. But how you look? Child, that shit got the match. It got the match. It got the match. And now I ain't saying that y'all can't upgrade each other. Now I'm not saying that, because y'all can upgrade each other, but sometimes that shit don't be matching. Somebody, well, he got to drive this, and he got to drive it, and bitch, you in a fucking Civic, a Altima, but you talking about he got to drive a Benz, and you only keep your car clean. I'm just saying, sometimes that do play a role, because how you gonna ask for something that you can't maintain? Some of y'all don't even know what the fuck a big house look like, but you want to stay in one. And don't even keep the apartment that you got clean. I'm just saying. You got to be realistic with that too. I'm not saying you got to kiss a nigga ass, because I would never do that. But I mean, you got to be. See, I didn't have a preference. He got to look like this. He got to look like that. I really didn't have no preference because I don't really give a damn. Now I want about fat and sloppy. Now I want about like that. But I really didn't have a preference, a skin tone, and he got to look like this, and he got to look. I don't want about fat and sloppy. But I'm more so, is he a hard worker? Do he have a good heart? You know, how does he feel about his mama? You know what I'm saying? How does he feel about his kids? Yeah. So I'm not, now I'm also, I don't want a booger wolf. Cause it used to be where if you was a pretty girl and you got an ugly nigga, that was real respectful that you would fuck with their ugly ass. Now these niggas got all the motherfucking self-esteem. The fact that people still buy my book and they want my autograph, I'll be tripping, y'all, because really? Huh? Don't talk to me like that. So I just, I just want you to think about stuff like that, Some of y'all don't even wash your ass enough. But I always want somebody down there. Some of y'all don't drink no water. I always want somebody eating on your pussy. But you don't like drinking water. Child. 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 You do not eat right. You don't eat no fruits, no vegetables. You don't drink no water. I just want y'all to be real with yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. Most of these men, and I want y'all to think about this. Most of these men, mama was overweight. Mama ugly. Mama got on tied wigs and shit. Mama, bitch don't even pick her feet up when she walk. Bitch slide on the floor when she walking. Mama big back big than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Bitch just let herself go. Teeth fall out and shit. Bitch don't even get her teeth fixed. Mama loud than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And she just slide. The bitch slide when she walk. Won't even pick her feet up. Some of y'all look like that. And he don't want that. Because he was raised up with it. And that's scary to him. You sliding when you walk. You tired in a motherfucker. That's how his mama looked. And y'all say, well, his mama looked like that. He don't want his mama. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to say it. I don't look nothing like Damon's mama. I don't look nothing like her. It ain't shit about me that reminds him of his mama. Okay? He don't look at me and be like, you remind me of my mama. For a nigga to say that to you, it's a fucking insult. I said what I said. What I just say? If a nigga say to you, you remind me of my mama, that's a fucking insult. Did y'all hear what I said? What I just say? That's an insult. They ain't no goddamn compliment. Look at his mama. She's slew-footed and big-backed. And he's sitting up saying, you remind him up. Don't insult me. Now, I'm not saying date my mama ugly. I ain't said that. I ain't say that. I ain't say she was ugly. I'm just saying, I know. I was eating some fish, y'all. I know I don't remind him of her. We completely different women. And I know he loved that. He loved that I don't remind him. That wasn't common to him. I was different to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm not saying that I know it all, because I don't. But I'm assured the knowledge that I do have. Okay? My daddy and my daddy said that my mama, which was his wife, she wasn't nothing like his mama. His mama went to church all the time. She was filled up with the Holy Spirit. Oh, she was filled. My daddy didn't even go to church. And my mama didn't either. She tried, but she couldn't get into it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you walk around this bitch sliding and shit and you ain't keeping yourself up and you didn't gain 50 to 80 pounds and you think ain't nobody gonna want you and shit, well, thank you, Mr. E. Well, look who you want to attract. That's all I'm saying. There are so many different dynamics and shit to relationships now, and it's so many different dynamics to it. Shayla said, my ex told me, I told my mama about you. I felt so honored. Come to find out his mama stopped talking to him years before because he didn't follow Jehovah. Well, girl, fuck his mama. Shit. Fuck her. And see, that's another thing. I ain't never been concerned about being a good daughter-in-law. I don't care about that. I'm fucking your son. I don't care. I don't care about being the step-parent. I don't care about that. Now, I am a great stepmother. I am. But I don't be... Like me, don't like me, it's okay. Because one thing about it is, I upgraded Damon. I upgraded him. See, Damon, his family, oh my God. To me, they used to take such advantage of him. I came to the picture. We stopped all of that. I don't mind you helping your mom and your daddy out. I don't. But you are not the motherfucking young institution. Okay? You are not the banking, funding institution of the family. Because you'll never be able to have anything for yourself. Baby, I taught him how to say no. Oh, they fucking hated me because I taught him how to say no. You don't owe your family your everything, because weren't you having something for yourself? You can say a lot of things about Damon, but he know how to say no now. I said, do it feel right with your heart? And he be like, no. I said, then that mean you don't need to do it. London, I be the same way. But again, it's who you are open to attracting. I don't mind working with anybody, but you have to prove that you are worth my time. You know, you just have to. And I think we be scared because we think that's going to run a nigga off. Well, if he don't want to be with you and if you're not his person, you're going to run him off anyway. Shit. Then y'all sit up and want to do all kind of love spells for these niggas. Fuck that. Fuck that. Is he worth it? Shit. You got to remember who raised these men. That's how they gonna treat you. It's based off of who raised them. No relationship is perfect. No marriage is perfect. But I do believe that if you're his person, it tentatively works itself out. Basically, I have a lot of work to do on myself. I can't blame these men. My energy is what pulled them in. Absolutely, Shayla. And it's very mature of you to even say that because a lot of people ain't even there where you at. I tell anybody, get you together first. Build your foundation first because you have to teach people how to treat you. And if you have not put yourself in that position where you can say, you can verbalize and you can communicate, I do not like this, I do not like that, I prefer this over that, then you probably don't need to be in a relationship. If you can't say, you hurt my feelings, if you can't say, ouch, if you have not created a safe space within yourself where you're able to communicate and articulate these things, you shouldn't be with anybody because whoever you with, you should be able to articulate things to them. And they should hold the same emotional maturity to be able to understand what you're saying. But I'm here to teach you, women and men. I'm here to teach you. I'm gonna let y'all go now because I have other stuff that I need to be doing. Um, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love that y'all spend time with me. I do not take that for granted. For everyone who donated today, thank you. I'm certainly going to help people out with that. For a lot of you guys who follow me and know, I actually take care of women that have been in battered situations. They've been in abusive situations. And so a lot of those donations, they go, I have a whole home and that I cater to women that way. Um, and I appreciate that because I'm able to provide for them until they're able to provide for themselves. So that's where those donations go. Anybody who has followed me for years know that I've talked about that. Um, and I appreciate that and I appreciate you. Um, I hope that you really love yourself and you love yourself in a way that it creates this foundation for other people to love you too, the same way you love you. And if you are not loving yourself in a healthy way, you can't expect nobody else to love you in a healthy way either. Okay? Um, if you are dealing with issues with father issues, father wounds are just as important as mother wounds to heal because it will change the perspective on how you view men. Like I said, I have a wonderful representation of what I think men are because I was raised by a good black man. And you can't tell me in my mind that they don't come like that. Even my ex-husbands to this day, they tell me I'm the best wife they've ever had and all of them want to get back with me because I am that one. But you have to think that you're that one too. I am still working on my book too, and I'm still working on this PhD as well. So I am not going to finish working, stop working, and you guys shouldn't do that either. Continue to grow, continue to heal. You can go on to my website, magicalladyduchess.com. You can schedule conversations, you can schedule readings, you can schedule life coaching, you can schedule trauma coaching. I do it all. And you can also schedule me for work. I do love consultations, I do readings, I do conversations, I do it all. If I feel like that it's worth it for you to do the work on, then I'll help you. If I don't feel like that the relationship is worth saving, I'm going to tell you that too. Um, I am here, but you got to be willing to put your all in too. All right? I'm only going to do as much as you do. I'm only going to help you pull as much as you're willing to pull. I love you guys. I really do mean that. I do not take this platform for granted, and I don't take your time, your effort, your energy, and your spirit for granted either. I speak nothing but blessings. I speak doors opening, roads opening for you as well. I speak reversals for you. I speak generational curses being removed. I speak prosperity, I speak wealth, and I speak good health and good mental spaces for you all. Ashe.